When victims aren't victims, but fight back, good things happen to them and not to the bad guys. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson. I'm not positive where this one comes from, but regardless of where it's from, it teaches us some important lessons about carjackings. It shows us how fast a carjacking happens, and it shows us that if we're prepared, if we're ready in the moment, and we use the ambush properties and possibilities that we have, we can protect ourselves and our families from carjackings. This one begins with the light car is the victims. The dark car here is a bunch of carjackers. So you're going to see three guys jump out. One of them is eventually going to get back in the car here, and they start pulling people out. I'm not sure if this is a left or right drive car, but they pull the lady out off the left side there, and then as the guy's coming out on the right side, bang, bang, he's going to pop that guy a couple times, and the rest of the bad guys are going to run off into the night, which is what happens many, many times. Now our good guy here who is armed is going to take some follow-up actions. He's going to go and check the guy who, he just had a shooting with, get rid of his gun, and now off he goes. So let's back up and think about some lessons here. Number one, when you see here the taillights come on, I can't tell you enough. If you're not getting out of the car, leave the car in drive. Leave the car able to go. Leave the car running at least so that you can get it into gear and get the heck out of there. That's your fastest escape. Number two, close and lock your doors. Make sure your doors are always locked. This woman didn't have the doors locked and they just popped the doors right open. Your door is a significant defense. Don't give it up. So they're going to pull this lady out, and now we're going to see on the right side here, we already know what's coming, but before he's able to get him out of there, gosh guys, if he's worth shooting, if you can shoot him, his advantage is all about him right now. Shoot him through the window. Don't give him the advantage of potentially seeing what you're doing and getting out of your way. Pop him through the window. So now the guy he does take a couple good shots, and I like that he got out of the car. So now we're going to see him follow up, and look at what he does. He goes over, nope, that's my wife, don't want to shoot her, gets away from her, sees this other guy fleeing, I don't have a shot on him, so now he's looking for active threats. He doesn't find any active threats, so he stopped shooting. That was incredibly good. Now we're going to see him start following up, and I love what he's starting to do here. You see him go get cover. He's looking for more threats. He's looking for what's going on here. He has eliminated the threat, but he knows the threat's not over. He's staying incredibly aware. Now taking some follow-up actions here, and we see him, and he kicks this thing, and you can just see right over here that what he has there is he has kicked whatever that was. A gun was what it looks like to me, or a knife. I mean, obviously, it's really hard to tell, but he gets it out of the way, takes the appropriate follow-up actions, does a great job here. At the end of the day, I think that the self-defender in this video did a pretty darn good job. Of course, the only thing that I would consider and encourage is to keep the doors locked and use the car to get out of there if at all possible. But barring that, I think he used the fact that he was behind the glass, he was behind the door to counter ambush the guys that wanted to hurt him and his family. He put shots on target, he drove them off, and did decently in the after action as well to make sure that there were no additional threats around him. You always got to watch out, of course, for bystanders and for your loved ones getting into the line of fire. I think he even did a good job of that. So kudos all the way around to this guy. This is the kind of stuff that you want to watch, that you then want to go and train with and utilize in your self-defense training and your firearms force-on-force stuff so that you can be ready in the moment if, God forbid, it ever happens to you, to cover your ass.